JoJo Siwa revealed that she was rushed to the hospital just hours before her massive Black Friday performance, and the story behind it is far more intense, emotional, and shocking than anyone expected. On November 28, 2025, while fans were lining up at the Mall of America for her highly promoted appearance, JoJo was actually fighting through one of the most frightening medical emergencies of her life. What she first assumed was normal cramping spiraled into a medical crisis that nearly knocked her unconscious, left her struggling to breathe, and landed her in an ambulance before the sun even came up. And now, for the first time, she's breaking down exactly what happened, in her own raw, vulnerable words, revealing just how close she came to canceling the event entirely and how she somehow pushed through to perform anyway. JoJo explained that it started as a dull stomachache earlier in the week, something she brushed off while juggling rehearsals, travel, and the usual chaos of a packed holiday schedule. She thought it was stress, exhaustion, or maybe even just menstrual cramps. But by Friday morning, everything changed. She woke up in agony, not normal discomfort, but a sudden, stabbing pain that wrapped around her abdomen like a tight, crushing band. She tried everything people normally do when they're uncomfortable, breathing through it, lying down, giving herself a moment to recover. Nothing worked. She got into a warm bath hoping to relax her muscles, but instead her symptoms escalated so fast that she felt like she was about to pass out. In her own words, she felt like every organ in my stomach was screaming, and the pain was so intense she began to panic. As the pain intensified, she started losing her balance, getting dizzy, and struggling to catch her breath. She felt waves of nausea hitting her like flashes, the kind that warn you something is seriously wrong. Her mom, Jessalyn, immediately realized this wasn't something JoJo could push through, and she called 911. Paramedics arrived quickly, helped JoJo get dressed, and rushed her into an ambulance. JoJo said she kept thinking she would black out any second, and knowing she was about to perform for thousands of fans later that day only made the situation feel more surreal. At the hospital, doctors ran tests and performed an ultrasound, and that's when the terrifying truth came out. JoJo had a ruptured ovarian cyst. Not just a small rupture, a severe one, bleeding into her abdomen and causing the excruciating pain she kept describing. Ruptured cysts can be medical emergencies, especially when bleeding is involved, and doctors told her that internal bleeding was what caused her dizziness and difficulty breathing. They monitored her, administered medication, and worked to stabilize her condition. It was painful, overwhelming, and completely unexpected. Despite everything, JoJo was released after a few hours, still sore, still shaken, and still far from fully recovered. And this is where her determination, or stubbornness, depending on how you see it, shocked everyone. She insisted on performing. She knew fans had been waiting, some for hours, some traveling from out of state just to see her. She didn't want to disappoint them. So, with pain medications still in her system and her body still recovering from the trauma, she headed straight to the Mall of America for her Black Friday performance. Fans who were at the event had no idea what she'd just gone through. She came on stage with her usual energy, smiling, dancing, performing, but behind the scenes, she was pacing herself, breathing through lingering waves of pain and reminding herself to move carefully. Later, when she revealed what happened, fans immediately flooded her social media with shock, concern, and praise. Many called her a warrior for performing after such a frightening medical emergency. Others expressed worry, insisting she should have rested instead of performing, and countless people shared their own experiences with ovarian cysts, thanking JoJo for raising awareness about something so many women deal with silently. JoJo later reflected on how easily she could have ignored the signs, how close she came to letting the pain convince her it was nothing serious, and how important it is for young women and everyone to pay attention when something feels off. She reminded fans not to push through serious pain and not to assume abdominal symptoms are just normal. She also thanked the doctors and nurses who treated her quickly, saying she was grateful they acted fast enough to help her recover in time to keep her commitment. This entire situation revealed a side of JoJo Siwa people rarely see. Yes, she's energetic, colorful, loud, bold, and unapologetically herself, but she's also human, vulnerable, emotional, and under immense pressure to show up even when she shouldn't have to. This wasn't just a medical scare. It was a moment that showed the real cost of fame, responsibility, and the pressure celebrities face to perform no matter what. Fans continue to send her well wishes as she recovers, and she plans to follow up with doctors in the coming days to make sure her healing stays on track. But one thing is clear: this experience shook her, reminded her of her limits, and showed her supporters just how strong she really is. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.